Hello, this is Adenike.
And this is Tosin.
And you're listening to the Who Said I Love You First podcast.
We're a married couple, and on this show, we discuss relationships, sex, love, and marriage.
Sharing the best of our love so you can get the best of your love. Talk now.
Go!
Look, I was waiting for you to talk.
And I thought you wanted to say 3, 2, 1, go. They will now go.
Where are we going? Hey people, welcome back to another episode of Who Said I Love You First. My name is Adenike and this is my able husband.
Yeah, my name is Tosin. Welcome guys to today.
Yes, we were just talking before we got started that we really enjoyed last week's episode. So if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. We really enjoyed our conversation in that episode. Maybe it was because we got into an argument.
maybe it's possible.
Yeah, but I like how we were able to resolve it.
Yeah, and I think we flowed better, even in terms of chemistry.
Yeah,
I think we're also getting better.
Yeah, we're getting better. It's not easy. You think it's easy? It's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not.
But God is making it easy for us.
Yeah, and I also think why I feel it's not that easy is because we're not using any script.
Yeah, no,
we're
not.
just speaking from our head.
Yes,
guys,
from what we know, what we've read in books, from my experience as a married couple.
Right,
you know. So yeah, we really enjoyed last week's episode though. So really, go check it out if you haven't. But today we're going to be talking about money.
Yeah,
money.
Oh,
Money.
Oh.
Should we start rapping? No.
Maybe we should do another podcast on rapping.
Tosin used to be a choir master. He never ceases to remind me that he used to teach music at some point in his life. But that's not why we're here today. Let's focus. Today we'll be talking about money in relationships and marriages as well. I guess maybe we could start from relationships and then go into marriage as well. Yeah,
or we can, we
can just go as the spirit leads.
Go. And
so, do you want to start? When you think about money in relationships, what comes to your mind?
Yeah, thanks, Nike. So, I think when it comes to money, money is one of the most powerful tools in any relationship. One of the most powerful tools in a relationship or in a marriage. And it's actually most important, and it's because when you have money, you tend to have power, and when you have that power, you're able to influence decisions. You're able to influence the things you can buy. Enjoy the good things of life. Enjoy vacation. Eat whatever you want to eat. So money, it's an important aspect in any relationship and in any marriage. It's
interesting the way you framed it. Actually, I quite like it because it's actually true. When you have money, it equals power. You're able to make decisions.
Definitely.
Anyhow, no one can boss you around. You can always say, I work, I pay my bills. You don't fund my bank account, so you can't tell me what to do with my money.
Right.
So yes, Tosin is absolutely right. Money in relationships can be very tricky. We're going to be talking about, average human relationships. We're not talking about the billionaire relationships where, maybe one person or both parties, have billions and billions of dollars. We are talking about everyday relationships, average human relationships and marriages.
Right.
And personally, I think money can be quite sensitive to approach in a relationship, right? If maybe when we're dating, if you approach me from a monetary angle,
right?
Oh baby, you look beautiful, let me take care of you. That wasn't how you asked me out. No. But if a guy goes to a girl like that and is like, let me take care of you, I'll send you to Dubai, for a weekend or something, then that relationship is going to be based on money.
Definitely.
It's going to be based on what can you do for me and what can I get from you.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
But when you get into a relationship and it's based on I like you, you like me, then money can become a sensitive issue.
Yes, you're very correct. Like you've said, it's a very sensitive issue. It's a very sensitive topic, either as partners, dating, or even as married couples. And the reason for that is because, so for instance, if I come to you and I say that, okay, I want to utilize some amount of money on something, and let's say that I have more money than you do, okay, and for whatever reason you're not inclined to whatever I want to do with money or with that thing I want to buy, there's that tendency for you to feel a bit undermined some way, especially if you guys are not on the same page pertaining to the kind of things you want to do with money.
Right.
So it's quite sensitive, particularly when there is no proper framework that guides the parties involved, the partners involved in terms of financial management.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Even the sensitivity part that I'm coming from, or that I'm referring to, is the aspect of me not possibly disclosing how much I'm earning.
Okay.
So I'm in a relationship with this guy. How does the money conversation start? How do we approach it? Right? How I can't just go to him and say, oh, how much are you earning? When we were dating, I don't think I knew how much you were earning.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know. It wasn't until you had proposed and we're getting married.
Yeah, we're about just to get married that you eventually now knew how much I was earning.
Yeah, and it was because we were planning a wedding and money was involved. And
Definitely.
we needed to be open with each other with, okay, this is how much is coming in. I mean, I knew what his job was. I knew what, you were doing.
Right.
But I didn't know the exact amount you were earning. And likewise as well. I think when you met me, I was a full-time content creator, but I was looking for a job.
Yes, you were.
And then like a week before our wedding or 2 weeks before our wedding, I got a job.
Yeah.
that I then resumed after we got married. So anyway, I said all of that to say that when we were dating, money wasn't really a conversation for us.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But that's not to say that we weren't there for each other monetarily.
Yeah.
He might have forgotten, but no, I don't think he's forgotten because he always references it. Remember the time I gave you my car?
I know you're going to say it. I know you're going to say
How
it.
did you know I was going to say it?
Yeah, because even me, I was planning to even tell you already.
Okay, no, I wasn't planning to say it. Just come on, because I haven't referred to it in years, right? We haven't had there hasn't been a need to have a conversation about that period.
You know what? Let me just tell the story. So this conversation that we're talking about, but that has to do with she giving me her car. What happened at the time was that I was in Lagos. I mean, we're both in Lagos, and of course, we're already dating. Like, I was your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend.
Yes.
we're already dating, and I got a car.
No. You had the car before we started dating, babe. I'm a better storyteller.
Okay. So you always help me now, even if I don't tell my stories very well. Okay. But I'm improving.
Yeah, you get to.
So anyway, I had a car, and for whatever reason, the car was giving me issues.
Right.
It was giving me problem. I was commuting from home to work. Quite long distance, so it was a bit stressful. It was a bit strenuous for me, and Nike realized that it was taking a toll on me. It was taking a toll on even our relationship, kind of, because we weren't seen very well. Each time we saw, I was always stressed that this guy is giving me issues. And just to cut the whole story short, Nike did one of the most remarkably profound thing on this earth. She exchanged her car with my car. I won't say you gave me your car.
No, I didn't exchange.
No, you did.
Exchange make it seems like
No. What I mean by exchange, I'm not saying that I gave you my car, like gave you my car and you gave me my car.
No, that's what an exchange means.
No, you helped me to use your car and you were using my car. That was what I meant by the exchange.
Wasn't using your car.
No, I gave you my car, remember? No, you did.
No.
No. You had the car for a while before we now decided to let's sell this car.
No, babe. Wait. Hold on.
Take the story.
On.
Okay.
No. You know why that can possibly be accurate? Because there is no way you would have given me a car that was stressing you.
Well, it's true, Sha.
Do you understand?
No.
Wait.
Okay.
The only time I had the car was when we were ready to sell it and the sellers were coming to pick it up.
Okay. So
that was when I had the car. I gave you my car.
Okay.
We didn't exchange nothing. I gave you my car and I was taking taxes. Was I not?
Okay, yeah, you were taking taxi.
My small daddy,
you were taking
at the time, my small daddy could not be. He said to me, you gave a man your car. He knew how much I cherished that car because it was the car my sister gave to me. It was my sister's car, but then I'd moved to Nigeria and I was complaining about how stressful it was to commute in Lagos, and my sister gave me the car. So I was trying to be, she gave it to me with a lot of take care of it. So I was, I wasn't letting anyone drive it anyhow. But then I got home one day without a car. And my small daddy goes, where's your car? And I was like, oh, I gave it to Tosin. He could not understand. He could not fathom it. Like, you like him that much. And I was like, yeah, his car was stressing him. So I got your car a couple of days before.
No, not a couple of days.
I didn't have it for long.
For a few weeks at least, babe.
But we just established that there is no way.
Okay. We didn't exchange the car.
No,
fine, no, I agree.
No, I'm not trying to force you into agreeing.
Okay.
I'm saying that if a car was stressing you, there is absolutely no way I would have been driving that car on the streets of Lagos.
No, definitely.
Why would I say, oh, give me the car that's stressing, and you now give it to me?
But remember,
what I'm saying to you is that we did not exchange cars.
I agree.
You had the car at your sister's place.
Yeah.
You were driving mine.
Yes.
I was working at this media outfit then at Anthony Village in Lagos.
Yes,
from Surulere.
I remember.
I used to take taxis, Uber and Taxify to work and back. It was a couple of days before the people you found to buy it were ready to come pick it up. That was when you now gave it to me, and now drove it to work because that was where they came to pick it up.
Okay.
I have vivid recollection.
They say that women they always tell the better stories. Okay, so kudos to you.
Have better memories.
Yeah, you have better memories as well. So kudos to you. So anyway, I would still say it on stage. Thank you for giving me your car at that time.
You're welcome.
You're happy now.
No. I mean, it's not like I was.
I know.
I was thankful. Thank you. But I mentioned or referenced that incident just to show that in a relationship, a lot of people say, oh, he has to take care of me. He has to take care of me.
Right.
It's all about what he can give to me. But it doesn't work that way. I was talking to a friend of mine recently and I told her, I said, listen, you can't approach this relationship with what can he do for me? That's not the right mentality. You too, what can you do for him?
Right.
You're trying to build a life with this person. You have your own. You're not depending on him. He's not depending on you. But that doesn't mean that you now keep all that you have to yourself. No, that's not the way it should work. So there's a lot of there are lots of opinions out there.
Right.
But when it comes to should a woman give, should a woman not give, and what I'm saying is when it comes to money in a relationship, if you have and you can reasonably, do you get what I'm saying? Yes, you should help. It was at a time when he needed help with transportation.
Right.
I could afford. I was working on the mainland, Surulere to Anthony Village. He was working on the island and staying on the mainland. So the commute was more for him. It was cheaper for me to take a cab and for him to drive my car, and everyone was happy. And I was, happy to do it.
Clearly.
So you don't go into a relationship with your hands tied behind your back, saying to yourself, no, I'm not going to, how can he be asking me for money? Now, there is a thin line between someone taking advantage of you, right? Someone taking you for a ride and someone just allowing you to assist.
definitely.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like you've touched on, so money, like we've established, you know, it can either be a source of power, of control, of influence, or support. At the time when I needed help, you of course, I didn't expect you to give me money to buy a new car.
I didn't even have money to buy a new car.
You know, but you were magnanimous. You were kind enough to give me your car to be able to use. And that's to show the level of support, the level of love, the level of encouragement that partners can actually go to help each other, you know, to ensure that they have very good relationship. Now, having said that, I would also like to touch on what you said in terms of that there has to be a thin line. There has to be a threshold. So what does that mean? Is that at the time Nike gave me her car, the relationship that we're in was quite definitive. And you would agree with me. Definitive in terms of we were not just dating just for dating. We had a goal in mind. And the goal was that we saw each other as potential partners. So why am I saying that?
But you had not proposed.
No, I hadn't proposed.
Yeah, I just want to.
No, I hadn't proposed exactly. So what I'm driving at is that if you're in a relationship, like you're dating, now you must have, at least to a large extent, what the end goal of that relationship will be. And why that is important is because if you guys have that understanding, that common goal of where this relationship is leading to, it's going to be much easier for you to share whatever you have.
Absolutely.
Do you understand?
I 100% agree with what you're saying.
Because if you're in a relationship, you're dating this guy and is not defined, is not definitive, then I don't think it's wise enough for you to just be spending money on each other if it's not defined. Then because if it doesn't lead to like the ultimate goal of, you know, getting married, kind of, then it will have been waste of resources and energy and time, isn't it, babe?
Yeah, unless if, you know, marriage wasn't the end goal for you.
Exactly.
Unless maybe you guys were just dating to build a life together without getting married. There are people like that.
No, of course.
Absolutely,
No,
that's
of course.
acceptable for them.
Yeah,
that's what they want. But what Tosin is saying is very crucial, right? You can't be pouring into a relationship that you would not be able to withdraw from.
Correct.
And that's what Tosin is saying. If a relationship is just surface, we're just seeing how it goes, we're just having a good time, we're seeing other people, that is not the kind of relationship you want to pour your investments into. That is not the kind of relationship you want to pour your money into.
Correct.
Because you don't know, unless if you have so much and you really just don't care, then, you know, that's fine, good for you. But if you work hard for your money and you are careful and deliberate about how you spend it, then you shouldn't be pouring it into a relationship that is not defined, like Tosin is saying. On the other hand, if you are in a relationship with someone and it's defined, you know, you guys know your goal is to build a life together, your goal is to build a life together, you're working towards your dreams together, you talk about your future together. If your partner is going through a financial challenge at one point or another, you should be able to, at the very least, loan them. Tosin gave me back my car now.
Yeah.
He didn't drive it forever. No, did you give him back?
I mean, we got married.
So
we're using the car together before I actually got
a car from work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we're using the one car. In fact, when I started the job, you were still driving the car. I was taking Uber to work.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, I remember. I remember there was a time that we were low on cash. Even after getting married, we were a bit broke. And not a bit, jabo. We were broke. We were in Brooklyn. And it was so bad. I said to Tosin that maybe I should stop taking Uber to work and I should start taking a bus. And he looked at me like I was crazy. Like, is this woman okay? Are you okay? It's not that bad. You know, I never took a bus, by the way. That was how much, you know, he cared about me. So yeah, so you have to. So if you're building a future together, then it's okay to help. But you can help and just say, "I'm loaning you. I'm going to collect my money back." Do you get? You can help by saying, "Oh, you need 20K. I can only give you 10K." Right, that's what I can afford right now. Not because you don't have all the 20, but even when you go to a bank and you're trying to loan money,
right,
they will tell you what's your stake,
what's the collateral, yeah, what's your equity into this.
That's the word. Yeah. What's the equity that you have? What's your stake in it?
Yeah.
What is going to ensure that you work hard to return this money? Do you get? So it's the same way. So it's not like you go around drawing contract. I mean, you can draw up a contract if that's the way things work in your world, but it's okay to help. You cannot approach a relationship and just be saying me, and then the moment it doesn't go according to what you want, what you plan, it becomes a problem.
Correct.
In the relationship.
Right.
So money when you're dating, I think so far we've been talking about dating, the dating period.
Right.
Yes, and you buy gifts, you love on each other, he loves on you, you love on him. Do you get you do according to what you're earning, according to what you have, according to what you can afford, right? But don't be akagum. What that means is don't be stingy. Don't withhold from the person you claim to love, all in the name of don't invest in a man or don't invest in a man. If you keep acting that way, then that behavior is going to follow you into when you get married.
I believe that when it comes to money, regardless of whoever is making more money than the other person, there has to be some set rules. There has to be some conversation around money, of how we want to spend money, of how we want to invest money, of how much we want to put in terms of health insurance, in terms of the education of our children, myriads of issues, and there will consistently be issues, topics to talk on, issues to deal with, with money. So I believe that couples should consistently have this conversation. And have a plan. What do you think?
Have a plan. Yes, that's the key word. Yeah. It is very important to have a plan, right? So maybe even before you got married, you didn't know how much your husband was earning, or he didn't know how much you were earning, right?
Yeah.
I think the moment you get engaged, that's a conversation you need to have. We need to know how much is going to be coming in, right? Oh, okay, this is how much is coming in. Okay, now I know that I would have to contribute a certain quota. The rule is actually that for married couples,
right,
whoever earns more takes care of more bills.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah,
right?
Naturally. Yeah.
It's not a 50-50 situation.
As married couples, what we decided was that we needed to just come to a conclusion of how we need to manage our finances. And so what it is now is that we have a framework whereby we have a joint account, we have our own personal accounts, and we have other accounts for other investments.
Yeah.
And it's working for us. And the reason it's working for us is because we've been able to have this conversation. She knows how much I earn. I know how much she earns. And based off from that information, we both know what goes into the different accounts and how money flows out of those accounts per time. Yeah. So
sorry, let me interrupt you, because
I'm listening.
Because Tosin is making it sound as if it's a plan that works now. But I remember when this plan started, I used to speak plenty English.
Yeah.
Tosin used to look at me like, okay.
Yeah, because wait, and it's because like I said, it's very difficult for individuals to want to give control, or give out that power, that control of money. Very few people would want to do that, because when you have money, you have power.
Yeah.
And when you have power, you have that tendency to be able to influence decisions. Like we've earlier mentioned.
But in our situation, nobody has done or is doing any giving up. We're only just putting hands together.
Well,
right? I think the part that Tosin was like, every time about was that, because me, when it comes to finances, I'm very particular about, I can have 20 bank accounts.
Right.
Do you get? I don't like to have him. He has just one email address.
Just one email address.
He has just one. And I'm always telling him to open it. How can you have just one email? Well, has just one email address. Yeah, I'm always telling him, open another one, But yeah, so just like that with money as well. I'm a big fan of having multiple accounts and knowing that I get paid, I get my salary or get my income, then a percentage goes here, a percentage goes here, a percentage goes here, a percentage goes here. But him, it was so whenever I would say to him that here, this is how much we have left, he say how come you say how come, and then I'll start speaking big English just to help him understand that money went here. So the point being, it's not as easy as Tosin makes it seem, and it might not work for everybody, right?
Right.
You have to find out. So don't go home and gonna be dragging your spouse out. No. Based on your relationship, based on the conversation that you have with your partner, based on your relationship, figure out what would work best for you. If your partner earns the most and takes care of all the bills, then I'm sure it might say, why should we have a joint account when I pay for everything anyway? Do you understand?
Right.
So you might just keep in mind or be more concerned about whatever you're making and what you're contributing to the household, to the running of the household and all of that. But have your personal, for we want to buy boxers. I want to buy bra. Moments like that. It's not like, I want to buy. Tosin is able to go out and say, and call me and say, babe, do we have milk? And I'll say, no, please buy milk and some fruits as well. And he's able to buy it because it's not like, his money is with me. The same thing, I'm able to go out and just shop for the household and, buy personal things without saying to him, I want to buy sanitary towel, I want to buy tampon, I want to, all those things. No, it doesn't happen because it's not necessary. But there is also a big issue of trust there, because it's not like I suddenly show up with Gucci and what's that? Is it Lamborghini? Louis Vuitton, the one with the red.
Is it
red
Louis Vuitton?
No. What's that one? The one with the red soles, the one that has the red bottoms.
I think it's Louis Vuitton.
It's not Louis Vuitton. That's
really?
That's a more design.
God.
Anyway, my point being, it's not like I suddenly show up with designer products, with expensive products, or even when I shop, I just kind of I just shop for myself, but it's not like I go crazy, when I'm shopping, or when I'm shopping for our child, our son as well. So there is, I think the major factor which we have now entered into is the issue of trust.
Yes.
There is that fear of, what if he runs away with my money?
Exactly. It's the issue of trust is, very important. And like we've mentioned earlier on, is that if I'm earning more than you and you have access to my money, there is that tendency for me to begin to feel or, have thoughts that, what are you doing with my money? Are you spending my money without my permission? All this kind of thoughts might begin to just come to mind, and particularly if you guys don't have like a framework of how the money is being managed. So trust, accountability, competency, stewardship, these are some of the traits, these are some of the characteristics that I believe anyone should have.
And
regardless,
I would say that anyone or either party that has better money management skills should be responsible for the finances. It can be hard, but it's responsibility with accountability, with an open book.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Right.
So every I don't want to say every kobo, but you know, every dollar that goes into either this account or that account,
right,
should be accounted for. You know, and there's also a place of, I think there's a place of fear, and there's a place of trust as well. So there is the fear of what if, you know, the fear of the unknown. What if? What if this happens?
Yeah.
What if that happens, right? But we can't live our lives in fear now.
I don't think so, no.
You know, we can't.
We
can't. If you have a partner that's financially capable, you have a partner that's financially responsible, you know, you have a partner that is deliberate about their financial choices, then you should be able to, there should be a level of trust in that relationship when it comes to finances. But the most important thing is that there has to be a plan, and for there to be a plan, there has to be there has to be communication.
Definitely.
You just have to talk about it.
Definitely.
It can be a bit uncomfortable, but you can't be married to someone and you people will be scared to talk about money. Like, you shouldn't be scared to talk about anything, no matter what it is. You know, so money, sex, you know, whatever it is,
right?
But your gain is my gain, my loss is your loss. Do you understand? There was a time that I was in debt to a tune, quite a lot. I shot this movie. There is a filmmaker aspect of me as well. You know, a few people know that side of me. But you know, I went into this production based on the personal savings that I had, some investments that had been promised here and there. However, you know, I was a baby filmmaker then, so I made a naive decision of going into that production without having all my money on ground. Middle of production, some of the financial, some of the investors I was expecting to come through pulled out. So I was left with some debts, right? And I turned, who will I turn to? I'll turn to God and then my husband. And it came to a point that he also had to, babe, did you have to borrow that time?
Yeah. So I had to, because I remember very well, I think at the time we're not even together. I think you were
together.
No. And I mean in the same city rather.
Yeah.
So I think I was no, of course we're together now. Yes. Yeah, so you were in Lagos, I was in Abuja, you know, in Nigeria. And at the time I was also trying to settle into Abuja. So we didn't have so much of funds. And I had to go out of my way to borrow money to be able to fund
the debt. To pay people, because people were chasing me for their money.
Yeah,
that's a life I will never live again in Jesus' name. People were chasing, I mean, they were not chasing me in an annoying way, but they were chasing me nonetheless. You know, they wanted to get paid, and rightfully so. They worked for their money, so he had to borrow, and then he was now paying back per month.
Yeah, I was paying
every
back per
time
month.
he would get his salary. You pay
I'll take percentage pay. You know,
that is what marriage is. But guess what? Before then, prior to that period, when there was a period, our first year of marriage, when we went through a very difficult period financially,
right? And
he was being owed, right?
Yeah.
I was being paid, and we were living off of what I was earning.
Yeah.
That was what we were living off of every time my salary came in. What was it has come?
Yeah.
Are we spending it?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's you put in, you take out. You put in, you take out. I did not say I can't. I don't care. This is my own salary. I worked hard for it. No, why did I get married? Do you understand? If I would not be able to support my husband, aside that. Okay, so he did that for me during that period, and then we got to the US, and most people might know, if you are familiar with us from my personal channel Olori Esho, about the difficult period we went through, you know, when he came here looking for a job and all of that, and I was working, and he was looking for a job and helping to take care of our baby. But I did not say I wasn't going to work. I was working my full-time job, working YouTube. I was doing everything I could to support my family.
Right.
That is what it means to be married, to love someone, to care about that person, to trust that person. Because I trusted that when this man gets a job, he would do 20 times, 30 times, a billion times.
Which is what I'm doing now.
The moment he got a job, I told him I needed a break. He said, please take a break. That was what he told me.
Yeah.
He didn't say, financially, do you think? No. He did not miss a beat. He did not think about it. I told him I needed a break from my full-time job and that I wanted to focus a lot on my content creation.
Right.
And that was exactly what he encouraged me to do. Do you get? So it's that's what happens when partners work together and you trust each other to make, decisions, and you communicate with each other as well.
And, that takes us to this point I'd like us to, just touch on as well, which is bills.
Right.
So how would you say that partners that are dating should handle bills, and also in marriage? How, what's your opinion?
I went out one time.
Yeah.
This was years ago. I went out. I was hungry. I'd been running errands. So I was supposed to meet up with 2 friends of mine at a restaurant.
Okay.
So I had planned that when I get there, I'll eat. Right. So I got there. Just as I was getting there, the other guy was arriving. So 2 guys. I was meeting 2 friends of mine. The other guy was arriving. One was already there waiting for us. So we got there and I was like, oh, okay, we greeted, good to see you. I was like, I'm hungry. And then I ordered. This was Nigeria.
Okay.
Ordered what I wanted. And then the lady told me what the total was. I did not miss a beat. I took out my wallet, took out my card, and gave it to her.
Okay.
And one of the guys looked at me like, I didn't even allow them. I didn't even give them a chance to offer to pay. And I looked at him. I was like, I'm working. At the time, I was in law school. I was like, listen, I'm in law school, but I'm working. So I have my money to pay for my own food. Plus, if you wanted to pay, you would have paid.
Yeah, definitely,
right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to make it seem like, I need you to pay. Nobody me tell you, say, make you come meet for restaurants. So my point being, ladies, have your own. Have your own. Whether you're being taken care of and all you're doing is you're relaxing or not, have your own. Tosin has said it. Nobody can buga you when you have your own. Nobody can give you the run around when you have your own. When you have a source.
Yeah.
When we say have your own, we're not saying have billions. We're not saying have millions even, but have a source.
Right.
So that push comes to shove, there is a source. There is something you can turn to, right? So when it comes to bills in a relationship, I don't even think we should be having the bills conversation, because if all we're doing is we're in a relationship, then your bills are your bills, right? It's unless if you're living together.
Right.
Then if you're living together, then maybe the rules that apply to married couples might apply to you too. But if you're not living together, then your bills are your bills, and my bills are my bills.
Yeah, but sometimes too, we might kind of want to support each other.
Support, by all means. Maybe not by all means. But yeah, if Tosin can support. So when we were dating, he was living with someone, I was living with someone. So we weren't living by ourselves.
No, we weren't.
So I can't really speak as to how bills, supporting each other might work.
Yeah, but we still touched on that as well. That earlier on when I was having an issue with my car. I mean, you didn't give me money.
I gave you what I could.
But you gave me, what
I had.
Yeah. So it was more like a support. So
yes.
I think the point here is that whatever you have that you can use to support to help, kind of reduce the stress your partner is going through. I think you should be happier enough to do that. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah. If your partner is going through a difficult period, so this is not someone that is constantly. This is not a parasite. This is not a leech. This is not someone that is feeding off of you, right? You would know if that's the kind of partner that you have, of which you shouldn't be encouraging such partners. You shouldn't even be in that kind of relationship where someone has put a stroke to your neck and they want to suck you dry. No, that's not how a relationship works. You suck I suck. You suck.
What are you sucking?
Plenty things. Okay, no, seriously. It goes both ways. My Yoruba people, they will say, Toba fasibi, atu faso. That's the way it is. But when one person in fact, some people don't like sucking with one straw. It's two. They are put two to your neck. They are like vampire. They are just doing you are in trouble.
Right.
But if it's a situation where this guy that is responsible is suddenly in a financial twist and he needs help, absolutely you can help him. His money is his money and your money is your money, and of course he will love on you with his money, but you should also love on him with his money.
Yeah, clearly. And of course, if we also want to move a little bit further into marriage, as married couples, I think it's going to be fair and it to be safe that one of the things one of the ways I believe you guys can actually manage the bill is by kind of having like an account where you guys can both put in money such that the bills can be jointly managed. I think
the bills account.
Exactly.
We have an account like that.
Yeah.
We just call it the bills account.
The bills account.
Every time I tell Tosin, I'll pay from this account, Tosin always says to me, is that not the bills account?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, but we don't have money here, so you have to move it. And they say, okay. But he doesn't like us pulling money from that account because as far as we're concerned, that is the bills account. Yeah,
that's the bills account.
So you put money into it. That is where your money is going out from to pay your bills. Who is responsible for ensuring all your bills are paid, right? And like we mentioned earlier, whoever earns more should contribute more.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't believe in the 50-50 rule. I think it's highly unfair. If you're earning 1,000, your partner is earning 100, and you're saying no, it must be 50-50. So you're saying you're only going to drop 500 and your partner will drop 50 out of 100. It doesn't show love.
Yeah, it doesn't add up here.
And it doesn't add up. So whoever earns more should take up more bills, right?
Right.
And whoever is not earning as much can just make it up in other things. Cook, clean, support each other.
Yeah.
But the most important factors that we have emphasized throughout this conversation is, number one, you need to have a conversation as a couple. Communication about finances has to take place, preferably before you get married, actually, so that way you know what to expect. If there are certain expectations you want from your partner, it's best to communicate them before you get married so they know where your mind is at and what you're looking at. Another thing that we spoke about was
so we also talked about after communication, you guys need to have a proper planning.
Yeah, we talked about planning.
So and in terms of planning, you guys can, if you want to be very detailed, you can actually have a budget. And that, okay, based on this budget, this is how much we're going to be spending. And of course there can be variations here and there, maybe by virtue of some urgency to spend more money, but if you have a plan, you have a budget, that can also work as well.
Yeah. And also, if there are trust issues or if there's an issue of fear, then those have to be dealt with in order for the plan to work.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And ensure that both of you are working together. You're making decisions together. You're spending money together. Nobody's spending behind the other person's back.
All right.
Because once that trust is broken, the end ni okmain cinema. That's what my people say. The end is the end of a movie.
Yeah, you're very and like what you said, we naturally want to be involved in decision making. So if I'm in a situation whereby, because you're earning more than I'm earning, and you're making all the decisions in our relationship, I will feel some kind of resentment. I'll probably even be jealous that, is it because you're earning more than I'm earning, and that's why you're making all the decisions. So you want to ensure that you respect each other's earning capability, each other's earning capacity, and of course ensure that you guys are just there for each other. Just
absolutely.
there for each other. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. I'm glad, babe. I'm really, really happy that we have a a system that works
Yeah,
for
me
us.
too. Me too.
You know, it took a bit of twists and turns to get to where we are, but I'm happy with where we are, and you know, I'm happy with where God is taking us to
Me
financially.
too. Me too. Me too. Me too.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you really enjoyed today's conversation and also learned from it as well. Most importantly, if you're listening on any of the podcast platforms, please make sure to give us a very high rating, okay?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And if you're watching on YouTube, then please go ahead and drop your thoughts and comments, experiences down in the comment section. We always love to read your comments and, you know, to hear from you as well, right?
Yeah, right. And of course, this topic that we talked on today was based on one of the comments that we actually got from from one of the previous sessions that we recorded.
Yeah.
So that's to let you know that we are very particular about the comments. We read the comments.
Yeah.
And we try to do whatever we have to do just to ensure that we improve.
And we respond to DMs on Instagram as well. Someone sent a DM, just to hint you, someone sent a DM requesting that we talked about sex after having a baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can do that.
So I'm sure Tosin has a lot. Tosin has a lot to say about that. So that'll probably be our next episode. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. Till we see you again very, very soon. Mwah.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you for listening to Who Said I Loved You First with Adenike and Tosin.
We hope you got value from today's conversation.
Please share this podcast on your social media and drop a lovely rating.
Yes, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
See you soon.